Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope I'm meeting all of you in the best of health. All right, finally, I promised this video like one or two videos, my past videos. I've promised I'm bringing up a video of how I managed to clear my acne, and finally, it's here. It's here. Okay, in this video I'm going to keep inserting pictures of how everything started to how it finally ended. Yes, and currently how it is. I wanted wearing makeup before I shot this video today, but I was like, no, this is no day for makeup. Real life things. Yes, real things is what is involved here today. Okay, so let's dive into it straight up. This is how it is. Let me say it's a story time, right? Once upon a time, that's the truth. When I had my second son, and I was lactating at that time. Now that was when this whole thing started. It started like play, like you know what I mean by like play. Like, it started like something like it's just the normal blemishes here and there. And by the way, having acne is not a bad thing, let me tell you that. It's also a good sign that you have some kind of active, young hormones. But when it becomes too much, that is when it becomes an issue. When it becomes outrageous, causing hyperpigmentation here and there, causing discomfort here and there, that is when it is no longer normal and it has to be looked into it properly. When I was lactating then, the acne started gradually. Here is the clip. It started gradually, and initially I thought it was just the normal acne kind of thing. And then, by the way, at that time when it started, I hadn't even started seeing my period. So I was like, because usually before then my period was linked to acne, or let's say acne was linked to my period. But at that time I wasn't seeing my period and I was having acne, and I was like, okay, like I didn't bother much at the beginning. Over time, it was now increasing. It was getting bad. Like, do you know, but let me tell you something. When you see people with acne, like people battling serious acne, try to be nice with the words you use. Yeah, coming from a place where I came from, I never battled acne while growing up. Yes, I never did. I had always had a clean skin, even the normal puberty, teenage acne. I was lucky not to have so much of that. So you can imagine, for someone who has enjoyed a clear face for so many number of years, suddenly having acne. First and foremost, I was cautious of my face. In fact, it got to a point that I stopped looking at a mirror, to be honest with you. I'll drop pictures and you will understand what I mean, because it was affecting me psychologically. Thank God I had a partner, I had a husband that was very understanding. He even asked me if we should go to the hospital, and I was like, when I go to the hospital, what will I tell the doctor? Like, what will I now say? I came here for acne. Yes, even though you could see a dermatologist. But for me, I was just so worried. I was just so bothered. I didn't even think it was something that I had to go and see the doctor or something. What just came to my mind was like, was I sick? There are sometimes there's so many thoughts that will come to your head, like, where is this coming from? To be honest with you, I have a short video where I spoke about how acne, and even a proper video, I'll link all of them in the description area, where I was speaking of how acne can mess up with your self-esteem. I'm telling you, you can see. Let's just continue the story. It started like that, so it started increasing. Now at that time, I was nursing a baby, and so I was not so active into my formulation at that time yet. Yes, like I was already a professional formulator. Like I had already done my trainings, I've already done my courses, but I wasn't really active into it, because of if you watch my video of how I started my skincare, because of funds and all that. So I was looking for a way to raise funds to start properly, because only the training had drained my pockets, that kind of thing. So and at the end of the day, I will still say something. There are so many things that come to us is a blessing in disguise. Like, I'm not saying acne is a blessing in disguise, but for me, it came out at the end of the day as a blessing in disguise, because it gave me the opportunity to work on myself. So I was my first client. I was my first project that I took upon when I started formulating properly. Yes. So I told my husband I was not going to go and see a dermatologist. I was going to work on my skin by myself. This was the opportunity for me. All I needed was some cash. It was going to help me with some money, of course, which he did, because of course I was so worried. So he helped. So my journey of trying to clear my acne started. I don't know if I should bring in my products, yes or no. I should do that, right? But the thing is this, like, let me just, before I introduce you to some of my products, is the fact that I started trying to formulate here and there, trying my hands one thing or the other to see which one was going to work for my acne. Okay, first and foremost, there was something I noticed. Apart from the fact that you know, at the end of the day, the root cause of the acne is very, very important. So first and foremost, I discovered that the root cause of my acne was hormonal, which, to be honest with you, like 60 or 70% of acne is hormonal. Like, it starts from your hormones, what is going on, you know, maybe something in your system is going haywire, that's the thing, and then the acne pops up as a sign of what is going on in your body. So for me at that point, that was a first-hand hormonal acne, because it had to do with lactating. Because as soon as I started lactating my second baby, I think it was barely, like, let's say 3 or 4 months, that was when I started battling that thing, and the more it was increasing. You understand? So most acne are hormonal, even though other things around us, other environmental and activities, or some of our skincare routine or no skincare routine at all, could actually also increase it. Yes. And the thing is, people need to understand that you get to a certain age in your life that you need to start taking care of your skin. If your skin had taken care of itself in the past, that was because you had the age advantage, because the younger you are, the faster your skin, your dead skin cells turn over. So that's an advantage. So, but as you grow older, whether you like it or not, if you want to still keep up that glow, you want to still look good, of course, who doesn't want to look good? You have to incorporate 1 or 2 or even 3, 4, 5 skincare routine, to be honest with you. Like, this is real. And then you have to be cautious of the kind of makeup products you use. Like, for me, I think that was one of the things again that affected me, because at that time when I was sourcing for funds, I was now training for makeup. Yes, let me tell you, real time, like real story here. At that time I didn't really know much. I just started as a beginner, so I didn't know so much. And this was like in what year? That was in I had my second son. That was in 2016. Yes, 2016. Yeah. So at that time I was trying to get into makeup, because I wanted to use makeup to raise funds for my skincare business and hair care business, of course. Though the skincare was much more expensive than the hair care business, that's the truth. Yeah, I will even try and make a video of how to start a hair care business, because I've done for skin, I'll also try to do for hair as well. So this is the thing that happened here. I was now getting into makeup for the first time, so I was using products at random, even though I was buying products from different amounts and from different vendors. There was something I didn't take note of. The prices of the makeup kind of told me what kind of makeup I was buying, but at that time I didn't listen to it because I didn't know. And most cases, some makeup artists will not really guide you on what makeup to buy, or rather it's not their fault, because coming to when I also started training people, when I started training, having students, training some students for makeup, when I tell them to buy a certain product, they feel that it's expensive. And I don't blame them, because as a beginner makeup artist, you don't know the value of whatever it is you're doing, so you don't see the reason why you should put in so much money to buy something that you don't even know what the value is. That's the truth. But over time, when you realize the value, you'll be ready to take out your 17,000 naira to buy a bottle of MAC foundation. Really, yeah, that's the thing. But then at the beginning, I was just buying products at random. After all, was not just foundation, was not just concealer, was not. So I was just buying products, and I'm not going to call any products here, but there were some really low, cheap, products that I was using, and they were messing up my skin without me realizing. And then as a beginner makeup artist, I didn't know the dangers of leaving makeup products on the skin. At that time, I could even sleep with makeup. Especially when on that day I'm lucky to do a makeup that is fine. You know, when you're learning, there are days that the makeup is really, even up to now, there are days that the makeup is really fine. There are days that the makeup is not really fine. And so I leave it on my skin the following day, and I'll just tap it on with powder and use it again. Like, asthma. I know a lot of you will say that. And to be honest with you, a lot of people were making that mistake. So I even still making this mistake. Oh, that's the thing. So at that time, apart from battling with the hormonal acne, I was leaving makeup on. Yes, I was leaving my makeup on, even sleeping with my makeup. And I don't need to tell you that even an amateur knows that sleeping with makeup is bad. Not only the physical fact that it's going to mess up with your pillowcases, it's also going to clog your pores, because your skin is going to identify those makeup products like dirt. Yeah, like something clogging the pores, and before you know anything, it will retaliate. So my acne kept increasing. So let's cut the long story short. When I started the treatment proper, the first thing I introduced to my skin was the glycolic acid. And let me tell you something. Some people will say patch test, patch test, patch test. See, there are sometimes that you do patch test and it doesn't show you a negative or a positive result. Trust me when I say that. You might not have a negative feedback till after using it 2, 3, 4, or even 5 times. Yes, now looking at the alpha hydroxide, the glycolic acid is the most potent, is the most effective. I have a video I'll link in the description area where I spoke about the differences between the glycolic and the lactic acid. Due to its smaller molecular structure, it easily penetrates deeper into the skin than lactic acid. Yes, so that makes it much more potent. And the reason why I went for it was the fact that it was much more potent, of course. So I was doing whatever I thought I was supposed to do. I did the patch test and it didn't really give me any negative results, because first of all, I made a peeling oil out of it. Yeah, and it was good at the beginning, but when I started using it after a while, like after using like almost 3, 4, 5, 6 use, it worsened my acne. And this is the picture here. It worsened my acne. Like, guys, I became so ashamed of even stepping out of the house without makeup. It was that bad. And the makeup I was using at those days, because the thing was really bad, had to be heavy, like kind of full coverage kind of foundation. And that was not funny, because sometimes when you cover your skin too much, like all the time, because wearing makeup for me became an everyday thing. Yes, because I was a makeup artist, as I said earlier, and I was also advertising my skincare line. So it was embarrassing. In fact, I remember some friends coming to visit me one time like that. They just didn't say it, but I could see it in their faces. They were so disappointed at my face. One of my aunts too came around, and she was really, really so disappointed at my face. She was like, what is this? Like, what's up? You know, they just, that kind of thing. They just could not say things that was going to bruise me, though, but you could just tell that, what's going on here? So basically what I'm trying to say is the fact that aside from the hormonal aspect of my having acne, my makeup product was also another contributing factor to worsening my acne. And then my cleansing game was very, very poor. So I also stepped up my cleansing game. And now in my cleansing game, I didn't just step it up with random products. No, I had to select good products that were going to be effective. That's why I said my acne was a blessing in disguise, because it gave me the ability to train, like to learn, work with myself, that kind of thing. You know, that kind of thing. So I now switched to face washes. That was when I knew the benefit of face wash. Honestly speaking, I don't know if it's just in Africa or in Nigeria. Let me speak for the part where I'm based. We kind of underrate face washes. We're just okay with our soap, bathing soap. We use it to wash our faces. We're just okay with our shower gels that we just use to wash our faces. But to be honest with you, there's this extra treatment and there's this extra attention to your face when you use face washes, especially face washes that are formulated properly. Yes, face washes, let me repeat myself, face washes that are formulated properly. So which, if you meet a professional formulator that is formulating a face wash, most definitely they will formulate their face washes properly. So face wash is something that, honestly speaking, I would advise whoever is listening to this video and maybe having challenges with acne, whatever form of acne, to introduce face washes into their routine. Yes, now this was what I did. I now formulated face washes with salicylic acid. But by the way, before I even jumped to using before I settled for using salicylic acid to clear my acne, I used benzoyl peroxide first. The reason being the fact that benzoyl peroxide among the acne fighting ingredients was the top notch, just like glycolic acid, you know, among the alpha hydroxide. Now among acne fighting ingredients, benzoyl peroxide was the baba. But then there were so many things that now started happening to me when I was using benzoyl peroxide. Now benzoyl peroxide on its own creates free radicals. So when you're using it, you cannot use them with any antioxidants, and you can also not use them with any lightening agents. Yes, that was what I noticed then. And to be honest with you, benzoyl peroxide will help you with acne, that one is for sure, but it's not going to help you with the acne scars. And that's the reason why I again fell in love with azelaic acid. Azelaic acid is going to help you with acne, and it's also going to help you brighten the acne spots, which is the hyperpigmentation, right? Yeah. So I started with benzoyl peroxide, and to be honest with you, it was drying out my skin so much, and I didn't know if it was making me to now oil unnecessarily. You understand? Because there's something that someone that is battling with acne would try to avoid, or would try not to provoke, is too much oil, because that too much oil again is going to trap in more bacteria, attract more dirt and more bacteria to your skin, which is a no-no. Yes, that's the truth. So and the fact that benzoyl peroxide was a very sensitive ingredient that did not want to be mixed with any other ingredients, do you understand? So over time I used it for a while, and I was no longer comfortable with it, and I decided to switch to salicylic acid. Yes, that was when I introduced salicylic acid and azelaic acid. But mind you, I didn't introduce salicylic acid and azelaic acid in the same formulation. Neither, they were in different formulations. I was using salicylic acid mostly for my face washes, and I was using azelaic acid mostly for my face scrubs. Are you seeing what's going on here? So the thing is, as I said again, that my acne was kind of a blessing in disguise, because it gave me opportunity to understand my products. And that is why, if you're an oldie in my channel here, I always preach the fact that study your ingredients. I had a huge opportunity to actually study my ingredients. And so when I sit down and talk to you, I am not talking to you based on guesswork. I am talking to you based on certainty, based on what I am sure about. Do you understand? And then acne now made me realize the kind of skin type I have. So when you're starting any skincare routine, even if it's a healthy skincare routine, you don't have any acne, still try to understand your skin type. And that's why I am sometimes discouraging DIYs. What I mean by discouraging DIYs is the fact that you just see any DIY on Pinterest, you see any DIY on YouTube, you see any, and you just jump into it. Wait, before you jump into it, do you know the backstory of the person doing that DIY? Yes. And you know, so I try in most cases to try to discourage DIYs, especially for people that want to go professional. DIYs are not like, what I mean by DIYs, let me give you an example of a DIY, like where they say you should mix cucumber and carrot, or mix turmeric and honey. You know, that kind of DIYs, those are not things for me. Those are not long-term treatment to serious acne. That's the truth. Those are not long-term treatment to serious acne. You have to, if you want to treat acne, if you want to clear your acne, I am telling you firsthand. You can see the pictures I've been dropping for you. I'm telling you firsthand from my own experience that DIYs, all those sharp DIYs, did not work for me. In fact, to be honest with you, I didn't even try them. That's the truth. I didn't even try them, because those ones will even increase your frustration, because you're doing turmeric and honey, you're doing cinnamon and it's not really giving you what you want. I'm not saying those things are useless. They're not useless. I still incorporate them into my formulation. That's the truth. What I'm trying to say to you is that they are not they're not a reliable treatment, especially in a situation where you have a serious skin issue. They could help you for maintenance here and there, maybe in the absence of your regular products, but they're not things that you should front or keep them in front of you as your treatment. You get what I'm trying to say to you, especially in acne cases. So that is it here about the way I cleared my acne. I don't want this video to be too long, even though it's already getting to almost 20 minutes. But in the next video, watch out for the next video. That will be when I will speak about the products I use, and those are my products, and I will tell you the ingredients and the proportions of how I worked with them to achieve a clearer, better looking skin. So please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. New subscribers, I can see you. Welcome. My old subscribers, you know the deal now. One love all the time. Thank you so much, and stay tuned stay tuned to this channel on how I'm going to talk about my products, on how I was able to use those products to clear my acne. Meanwhile, there was also something very important I introduced into my routine. Drinking of water. So thank you so much, and see you in another video. Bye.